first flying car now released for commercial use.
And by you, I of course mean the insanely rich.
Flying cars might be taking off sooner than you think.
Honda CEO Toshihiro Mibe just announced the release of the company's first flying car that defies everything we never thought was possible. The company is not just unveiling a car, they're presenting something that seems almost like magic. And do you know the craziest part of it? It comes with the price of just $4,999. Yes, it's like a daydream, but this is actually real. What makes these cars so unique and different?
A modular flying vehicle, providing a revolutionary solution not only in the field of 2D, but also 3D transportation.
What does this mean for the future of the automotive world? Join us in this video as we share all the exciting details about these flying cars. The Honda flying car that is unlike any other. Imagine having a car you can drive straight up into the sky. This isn't a big, roaring jet. It is a sleek, fancy car with seats for you and your friends. Honda means real business about these flying cars. Other companies, including those in China, are already putting forward their own flying cars.
Chinese electric vehicle maker XPeng's flying car has made its first public flight, taken to the sky in Dubai.
But Honda's flying car is totally different from all of it. Like it really stands out. Let's get into how Honda made this dream a reality. With their years of experience in car manufacturing and even jet building, Honda is the only company that has both Federal Aviation Administration certification for the body and engine of an aircraft. Over the years, they have been focusing on aircraft, focusing on how they can come up with advanced technology. Successfully, they have really been progressive in doing this, and now they have stepped into the game of flying cars. What makes Honda's flying cars incredible and outstanding in the automotive market is its amazing capabilities and features, and at a very affordable price. What are these features? Keep watching as we get right into it.
We had a lot of confidence with the design, which basically led us to the designs that you're seeing now.
Now let's start with safety. That is obviously the first thing one should consider. The car is designed with 8 little rotors for taking off and landing, and 2 larger ones for keeping it moving once you're in the air. If one rotor has an issue, the others take over to ensure you land smoothly and safely every time. They even have a unique hybrid power setup, something that runs on both electricity and gas. While other flying cars need to be recharged often, Honda's hybrid power means you can go much, much farther without stopping. While other electric flying cars can manage about 62 miles on a single charge, Honda's hybrid design lets you fly up to 250 miles. The engine's technology is borrowed from their experience in Formula One trademark racing.
High-speed generators from F1, battery and motor technology from its hybrid and electric cars.
So the power behind the rotors is strong and reliable, making sure this car flies fast and efficiently. And while it's powerful, it's also easy on the environment, which aligns with Honda's goal to create a cleaner, safer world where cars don't just move us, but actually make life better for everyone. Honda didn't stop at just making the car safe and eco-friendly. The design itself is incredible. It has a sleek shape and spacious windows. This will make passengers have a beautiful view from every angle. It also has a special place for your luggage, so your stuff is safe and secure, even when you're up in the air. It has room for a pilot and 4 passengers. This flying car is perfect for family trips or for giving friends an experience they'll never forget. What makes Honda's flying car stand out even more is that they're not just thinking about today, they're thinking about the future. Honda sees this as the first step in bringing us closer to a time when cars, flying and otherwise, won't just take us to new places, but will bring new possibilities. They're looking ahead to a time when we might be able to go further than just our cities and towns. They're aiming to create vehicles that could even venture into outer space one day. By using all the skills they've gained over the years in areas like electrification, robotics, and combustion, Honda is opening up a world of possibilities. Some companies from China, others from the United States, are also racing to get their flying cars off the ground.
San Mateo-based company Aleph Aeronautics announced that the Federal Aviation Administration has approved its Model A flying car, making it the first car approved for use of this nature in the U.S.
But Honda's model, with its carefully balanced design and robust hybrid engine, sets it apart from other flying cars. Many of these other flying car concepts rely solely on battery power, which limits their range. However, Honda's hybrid combines electric power with a small gas turbine to cover greater distances without worrying about charging every hour. While flying cars may sound wild today, Honda is working to make them as common as the car in your driveway. It's clear they're serious about changing how we think about travel, bringing us closer to a future where taking a flight in your own car is no different than starting your car for a grocery run. And with that $4,999 price tag, it almost seems like a dream, right? But Honda has found a way to make these flying cars affordable for people everywhere. It's as if they want to make the dream of flying, not just a luxury for a few, but a reality for everyone. This new step forward of cars will let us explore our world in ways we never could before. Of course, Honda is not the only company trying to make flying cars, but Honda's history of success and commitment to safety sets it apart. They're using all of their expertise from their work with robotics, hybrid cars, and even their experience with jets to create a car that doesn't just fly, but flies with style and confidence. But no matter how incredible these flying car details sound, there are also speculations generally about flying cars, and these speculations are just so hard to ignore. Stay tuned as we delve into it. Concerning speculations about flying cars sounds pretty exciting, right? For a long time, people have dreamed about flying cars, imagining what it would be like to escape the roads and see the world from above, just like a bird. But as incredible as this sounds, there are also concerning things to consider. Let's start with safety. Safety isn't just about technology and training, it's also about people feeling comfortable with the idea. For some people, the idea of flying cars is scary.
Before you're able to drive yourself, and then you get a license and you get out on the roads and you realize what a terrible idea this would actually be. Because the vast majority of people can't drive on the ground, let alone driving in the sky.
They worry about accidents or about something falling from the sky. This means flying car companies would have to work hard to gain people's trust and show them that these cars are safe. It's one thing for a car to break down on the road, but worse if it goes wrong up in the sky. One of the biggest questions is how these cars would actually fly. Cars are great at driving, and planes are great at flying, but putting the two together isn't so simple. Right now, flying cars like that of Honda, as mentioned earlier, use rotors that help lift the car into the air. For these rotors to work, they need a lot of power. But here's where the challenge comes in. Flying cars would need super strong batteries, or something similar, to give them enough energy. Batteries need to last a long time to make flying cars practical. After all, we don't want to be worrying about our car losing power while we're up in the sky. But with our current technology, batteries are only just getting powerful enough for regular electric cars. Making batteries that are light, last a long time, and can lift a car into the sky is not a simple thing. There's also the risk associated with pilots or drivers. While most people can drive a car on the road with ease, flying involves sailing through three-dimensional space, avoiding both buildings and other flying vehicles. Training requirements for operators of flying cars would likely need to be more strict than those for road vehicles, and there would need to be guidelines for emergencies. This level of training could limit the number of buyers who are interested in purchasing the car. And there's another issue to think about: the rules. Cars on the road follow rules, like stopping at red lights and driving on the right side. Flying cars would need their own set of rules, and they'd probably be a lot more complex than regular driving rules. Aviation authorities, which are the people in charge of making sure everything in the sky is safe.
The aviation system is governed by regulations. Just like the rules for driving on a road, regulations are necessary.
Would have to come up with these new rules. This would mean figuring out things like where flying cars can go, how high they can fly, and who gets to use them. Managing the airspace for flying cars is another issue. The current air traffic system is designed to handle a manageable number of planes with specific flight paths, destinations, and regulations. If hundreds or thousands of flying cars took to the air, the demand on air traffic control systems would multiply badly. Imagine the risks associated with congestion in the sky, where flying cars would share space with planes, helicopters, and drones. This eventually happening without a robust management system would be very chaotic and dangerous. The need for an organized airspace would mean creating new communication protocols and possibly even technology that allows flying cars to automatically avoid each other. That will be like a smart driving system in the air. It's not even about individual concerns or new set rules that will come in place. Companies and our environment are to be considered as well. What would likely happen? You should know all about it. Sit tight as we share more. Unhealthy competition and environmental concerns about flying cars. Competition between companies trying to produce more of these flying cars has turned into something else. Each company has its unique approach, be it hybrid engines, vertical takeoff and landing technology, or specialized designs for urban environments. While competition usually drives innovation, it can also lead to shortcuts in the name of speed and profit. Some companies might rush their product to market to get ahead, and will end up neglecting safety standards, thorough testing, or environmental considerations. And again, the commercialization of flying cars could result in monopolies or exclusive partnerships, where only certain companies control large portions of the market. Pollution is another inevitable concern, and not just in terms of carbon emissions. Even electric-powered flying cars, which are heralded as cleaner, come with environmental baggage. Batteries involved in the extraction of rare minerals, harms ecosystems, and creates hazardous waste. Once these batteries reach the end of their lifespan, disposal or recycling becomes an issue, especially considering the high volume of batteries required to power flying vehicles. The amount of energy needed to charge and maintain an entire fleet of flying cars could also strain resources, and it will end up suppressing the environmental benefits that they aim to provide. Also, producing and maintaining flying cars could lead to material waste. If not managed carefully, flying cars will contribute to pollution badly. Flying cars will require a whole new set of skills. Unlike driving, flying demands a different level of awareness, including altitude, weather conditions, airspace, and emergency procedures. To ensure safety, serious training programs will be necessary, which will be time-consuming especially for a busy family man or woman, and might even be costly. And not to forget, the maintenance. Unlike road vehicles, flying cars would need regular and thorough maintenance to ensure all parts are functioning properly. In the air, even a small technical problem can have catastrophic consequences, as it's much harder to make an emergency landing compared to pulling over in a regular car. The cost of these maintenance will also make people reconsider purchasing these flying cars. All these challenges are hard to ignore, but the thought of owning a flying car is really exciting. Each problem, from battery life, air traffic, noise, safety, or cost, is basically like a puzzle that engineers, development team, and governments are working to solve. As they overcome all these hurdles, flying cars, especially the outstanding ones like the one produced by Honda, will change the world in ways we can barely imagine.